Okay, my name is Jon Rotgaber. I'm here doing an interview today in Chinatown of Salinas, California. I'm here to talk about reiterating on the housing subjects. I've been homeless throughout Monterey County, and I'm a former veteran, former gang member, former, prison, I guess you would call parolee. I am now on parole, and I am trying to get off of parole. I'm also trying to stay clean and sober and not have any type of relapse. I'm trying to get myself out of homelessness. And the whole idea is to get out of homelessness, and no one in Monterey County seems to be wanting to help me. I've been homeless for over 2 years. I'm not getting anywhere with this matters through political figures at City Hall. I'm not having anybody help me out along the way. Everything I'm doing on my own. And I feel all these programs and all these places that I've been signing up for, getting put down on a list, and the people are promising me, oh, don't worry, just be patient. I'm through the McCombs program. I'm through Cecil. I'm through whatever there is, like the Project House Key. All these people keep telling me, wait. Then they make it wait for like a forever feeling. It brings impatience. It brings me to the point where I feel like breaking down, having a nervous breakdown. And it brings me to the point where I can not stand it anymore, or take my emotions and feelings of being with high anxiety. I have a lot of high anxiety levels, and I have Tourette syndrome, and I have mental illness. And I don't want to be placed in some place in the mental ward or something, label me 5150. What I want is housing, and what I originally was looking for. And I just want a place to call my own. They put me in a motel that was called Motel 6. They put me in the cheesiest, sleaziest motel you can find, of course. These programs that are supposed to be helping me, right? And they're just like, okay, that's good enough for you, just settle with that. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I served my country as a former veteran, 3 tours, you know what I mean? I did something. Why can't they actually give me long-term housing? Long-term housing is what I'm looking for. Not no temporary, okay, go to this motel for 7 days. That doesn't do anything. It's just afterwards it puts me right back on the cold and in the streets. And what I'm trying to do is stay off the streets, you know? Because why? I'm the type of guy who can get in trouble in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? And probably less than 2 minutes. And for me not to ask for a little help, a little bit of hand up instead of, getting that hand out. I ain't looking for a handout. I don't want the poverty, to make it seem like I'm just poor and poverty and I'm homeless and that's all I've got. No, I have children to think about besides myself. 12 of them, as a matter of fact. So I'm looking for housing for me and my children, not just me. And, I have a family. I'm a family-orientated man and a God-fearing Catholic man, because that's a choice of religion which I choose to practice. And, I don't want to beat around the bush on any aspects of how I'm venting right now. I feel very frustrated, very overwhelmed half the time. I feel very upset that the city officials here are not doing something to get off that little fanny of theirs and that butt and say, oh, we're going to help you out, Mr. Rotgaber. Because that's my last name, by the way, just in case you don't know. And my first name is Jon. And I need help. I want that help. I want that outreach to say, here you are. This is what you've been waiting for. Here's the key to my own little studio or 1 bedroom, and I would be happy with that alone, because the rent rates in here are overwhelming in Monterey County. And I'm not willing to sit there and pay $3,000-$4,000 per month for a small studio or a 1 bedroom. The strong structure is really a place that's over like too much rules and regulations to follow by, too much guidelines. They promised, the government, whatever promised, we're going to bring you in these RVs because of the pandemic. of the COVID-19, and they said, we're going to furnish these RVs, these recreational vehicles. They never did it. They never put in the plumbing to them. They never put in the water. They never put in anything to make anything that they said they were going to do to these RVs to make them function correctly. What they did was basically lied. They told us lies. They said, okay, we got about 9 or 12 of them, somewhere in that number, and they said, yeah, we're going to fix these up for you, specifically for you homeless. What did they do? They went and took the RVs away, and no longer down here in Chinatown, and said, well, oh, we're sorry, we can't do anything for you. Sorry. If you're homeless and you're out here in the cold, I don't know what to tell you. You need to go figure something out. You know, if they're always labeling it's survival of the fittest and it's a dog-eat-dog world, I gotta try to survive somehow. And I tell myself, hey, could I at least please get some help from or lead me in the right direction? Show me the steps of how you could lead me somewhere to get long-term housing. And this is what I'm looking for. Out of all this, trying to do things and get a job and work and make some money working or make some money hustling, because I sign sometimes, hold a sign to make money. I do things to make money. Why? Because I can't live life without money. Most Americans can't. So you have to buy clothes, you have to pay bills, you got to do things in order to survive. Most of the people in this county are like, oh well, I don't know what to tell you. You better go out there and try to survive somehow. That's all the answers I ever hear. It's always a shut door instead of, well, here's an open door, you know what? Come on in, we could talk about these things. You know, at least have a conversation with me and find out exactly what I need. They don't ever do that one. So that's why I'm a little overwhelming feeling. That's why I'm a little upset. That's why I get anxiety. Come on, why don't you people hurry up a little bit and help me out? I just sleep in my sleeping bags and blankets, and I try to stay warm. No, I put everything in my cart and I split. I'm what's called a squatter.
Yeah.
I squat someplace and I get up early in the morning and I take off and I go to working for the downtown street team, which the downtown street team hasn't even helped me with housing either. The downtown street team's promised me, don't worry, Rotgaber, first name John, we're gonna help you. You know, we're gonna do this for you and we're gonna do this. It's broken promises. It's a bunch of lies that I keep getting from different organizations throughout Monterey County. All these places, Department of Rehab, the Social Security saying they're going to give me Social Security someday. All these lies about helping me out to get permanent housing. And I don't ever get it. Trust me, I don't ever get it. I don't get nowhere. And I've been trying this for how many years? 25? Maybe 26 years? Somewhere around there. And the time frame just keeps going longer. I keep waiting and waiting and waiting. How long does a guy gotta wait? Till death? I gotta wait till the death period before I get some proper housing? I mean, I'm just venting right now because this is the only way, as far as I know how to interview. The McCombs program is talking about placing me. I got a waiting period of about a week, they're saying, to 2 weeks, and they'll put me back into a hotel for the same small amount of frame of time, 6 days, 7 days at the most. So they're not going to even really be giving me that much more days in the hotel, but they will put me back into a motel, which that gets me off the streets. All these little programs like the Project House Key, where it might be a longer period to go into a motel, maybe for 90 days. That one kind of puts you in a little bit longer frame of a period. So those programs are good, yes. Going to a motel, getting off the streets. That's what it's about. You know, especially during the cold weather, the winter months, you know, the torturous, grueling winter months. The cold is what you try to escape as being homeless. The hotel has a lot of qualities. I can go and I can take a shower, I can watch TV, I can maybe have a phone and plug it in to charge it and keep it charged fully so it has full access to the internet. The help of the internet really helps with a lot of things. You can Google things, you can go through the internet and get directory to human resources, hand guides through the internet that show you about everything and what a homeless person should have as a human resource. And it's all about gaining human resources. As a human being, which I am a human being, It's about being provided human resources sometimes, not being shied and pushed away or kicked away and say, sorry, we can't help you. Is give me the boot, because that's what they do a lot of times here. Sorry, we can't help you. Or they'll ask me, do you have Medi-Cal for healthcare coverage? And I tell them, well, they're telling me it's only good for 6 months and I only have the paper showing that I have Medi-Cal. I lost my Medi-Cal card at one point, and then when I don't have that, all these places that I go to try to get health care, like to the medical center or the behavioral detention center, well, you can't get your medication even though you have mental illnesses because you don't have your Medi-Cal real plastic physical card. And I'm like, what? You know, it's always that pushing me away, you know, and that's what brings the overwhelming facts that you're hurting me, America, you're killing me. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely, you're killing me. You're making me old. And I don't want to get old. I want to get what I got coming to me, what I've been waiting for, by signing up, being on a list, filling this application out, doing this, doing that in order to get me somewhere. At the most, staying at that sprung structure is about 12 to 15 people maybe. Who knows? Goes into those programs. Who am I to say? You know? What it is when I work my own program or I do my own little cha-cha or whatever you call it, I go and I try to work the system of California to the best of my ability to try to draw government funding and government budgets and government whatever I can get, donations, contributions, anything that could help me and my family, I'm gonna try to get. Yeah. They always direct you, yes, here, sign up for this. Why don't you try this out? Why don't you check this out? But every time I go somewhere, I don't get the proper full point to get me out of homelessness.
Enjoy life.
Yeah, when I go to that motel, I try to make myself as comfortably as possible and utilize whatever human resources I can get out of the motel for a little amount of time that they give it to me. I might shower, I might brush my teeth, I might watch a little TV, I might sleep. I might do something that's gonna benefit me to go to work or something if I have to go to work the following day. You know, sometimes you have to get your rest. And when you work so hard in one period of a daytime, the only thing you're looking is, I need to rest for 5 or 6 hours, wake up later on and go to work the next day again. Recuperated, you know, feeling good, body not sore, you know, muscles not sore, not hungry, you know, clothes clean.
Door in front
Everything in America seems like it takes money nowadays. Just to go down and wash your clothes and get one load of clothes done, you're spending about 25, 30 bucks. And you're like, wow, why is it that expensive here in Monterey County to get anything done? Who knows? Who knows why the outrageous prices? You go and you try to buy something with your food stamps. Like, I get welfare. Yes, don't get me wrong, I get welfare. But I ain't even receiving anything on the cash aid right now. All I'm getting is food stamps. And I tell them, well, I need a little bit more help than just food stamps. How about you provide some cash aid? And the welfare doesn't even do that. Oh, you ain't doing the paperwork right, or you didn't do this. I told them, excuse me, but I have mental illnesses to the welfare, and I'm homeless. Do you people even know what those things are about? Do you even fathom what that could be like? You know, the people don't see what goes on behind the areas of where it is I'm living out here on the streets. And I am living out here on the streets. They don't take the time to go notice, okay, that person's a street person. That person's homeless. You know, they just think, well, oh, well, I got what I got. I got my car. I got my house. I got a pretty wife. Oh, I got all I need in life. Well, who cares what that guy has? Hey, we don't care if he has family. We don't care about him. Oh, well, let him suffer. Let him die for all we care. You know, that's every time I would go through the prison system or be put in jail. They'll just, oh, here's a couple of, you know, free meals. You know, here's a blanket, and do your time, and then we'll probably let you go. You know, what does that get me? Nowhere. That just makes me sit there doing time, not getting to the actual point and the root of the problems which go on in my life, and that's the homelessness, my drug addictions, alcoholism, things that I'm trying my best to switch that situation, I call it flipping a script, and being a better individual, You know, I'm trying to stay clean and sober. You know, I don't try to relapse. I get in recovery. Programs of recovery, anyways. And I try to do what I can. Why? Because I'm only one person who could do the best he could try to do. To my own mental acknowledgement and my mental capacity, I can only do so much as one individual. And that's it.